In the first book of the Iliad, the god Hephaestus passes a double goblet around at a banquet on Mount Olympus. He poured the drink, going from right to left for all the other gods, drawing off sweet nectar from the mixing bowl, the epic poem states. For those who enjoy libations from goblets or glasses, the rowdy evening that ensues should sound familiar. Their laughter broke out irrepressibly, Homer writes. No one's heart went unsatisfied. The Iliad is, of course, a work of mythology, but that doesn't mean all the practices, people and places depicted in the poem are fully fictitious. The drinking vessel that Hephaestus passes around is often identified as the depa amphikypellon, or depas goblet, a well-known relic among archaeologists that features a slender neck and two large handles. But whether the ancient residents of Troy truly sipped wine out of these goblets has long been consigned to the realm of speculation. Now, for the first time, researchers have identified chemical residues associated with wine in goblets unearthed at Hisarlik, the Turkish name for a site believed to be the ancient city immortalized in Homer's epic. Heinrich Schliemann, a German businessman and amateur archaeologist with a penchant for embellishment, discovered and haphazardly excavated the site in the 1870s. Schliemann already conjectured that the depas goblet was passed around at celebrations, just as described in the Iliad. But, characteristic of Schliemann's assertions, there was little hard evidence to back up his sweeping claims. Archaeologists at Troy have unearthed more than 100 depas goblets dated to between 2500 and 2000 BCE. They tend to measure between 5 and 15 inches tall and can contain up to a liter of liquid. For the study, the researchers drilled 2-gram samples out of the inner walls of 2 vessel fragments excavated by Schliemann. Then, they heated the samples to more than 700 degrees Fahrenheit. Using gas chromatography and mass spectrometry to isolate compounds in the mixture, the researchers identified the presence of succinic and pyruvic acids. Both are associated with alcoholic fermentation. The evidence of succinic and pyruvic acids was conclusive. They only occur when grape juice ferments. So now we can state with confidence that wine was from the depa goblets and not just grape juice. However, these goblets weren't everyday items. Schliemann discovered his astonishing cache of goblets among a cache of hundreds of objects made of gold, silver, copper, and electrum, a mixture of precious metals. He called the hoard Priam's treasure, after the mythical Trojan king Priam. Although the treasure was later dated to about 1,000 years before the Trojan War took place in the 12th or 13th century BCE, it offered evidence of the stratification of social classes in Troy, raising questions about who had access to wine in ancient times. To determine if wine was only the drink of Troy's elites and its gods, the researchers conducted similar chemical tests with ordinary cups that were found in the outer settlement of Troy and outside the citadel. Common vessels contained the same chemical signatures of wine. Wine was an everyday drink for the common people too. These results upend long-standing assumptions that wine was an elite beverage during the 3rd millennium. Like grapes on the vine, further research into the practices of wine drinking at other sites across the ancient world promises to be fruitful. Schliemann was right. The depa amphikypellon was certainly used for wine consumption. Whether this was tied to religious practices, rituals, public banqueting, or simply drinking wine as part of everyday life remains uncertain.